And practice today was good. We kind of split up. We took yesterday off and went hard on Tuesday. So, it just you probably get one extra practice. You look at 6 days, but you got to give them some time too at the same time. So, and you got to take some days off due to the rules. So, it felt good. Everybody's out there today. Raphael seems like he's moving a little better. That's good. I think everybody else was in pretty good standing. We moved. Gave James some rest today in practice too, and put Damon in with the first group and rotating around. We've been doing that. So Milligan had a good practice. So it was pretty good. But good day. We know obviously what Virginia does. We know how they play, and we rotated those guys. In and out the guys. So I think Ryan's, I think we're getting a lot more confidence in Ryan. Ryan's getting a lot more confidence in himself, and he's playing well. I think he gives us a little bit of scoring too, and I like that because we got to have some scoring coming off the bench. So we're seeing a little bit of that. We want to get Chris Jones going a little bit more too. So to have some scoring off the bench, but then Cameron I think is giving us some scoring off the bench too. So. With Sheldon starting now, or he was starting last year too. He started to. He was a starter the last 10 games of the year. So, we'll look at different things. But right now I think it's we got to get off to a good start, and we've got to play well. You can't let a team like Virginia get ahead early, and that's something we really have talked about the last couple of days. With their pace and how they play, certainly don't want to do that. So, but we got to get Raphael and Alonzo to give us some defensive presence, and Ryan to continue to do some of that and to give us some scoring as well. So. That's what we're looking for, and obviously a good team. We're excited about the fans. It's the highest zoo turnout, I guess, this early. Number of tickets or requests, I should say. Obviously, we're limited number, but this early and this many. So good. Obviously, the zoo's been terrific this year.
Sheldon said kind of felt like you guys need to get kind of the game moving a little bit faster just because Virginia's so good when they're allowed, they're able to set up on defense. They're tough to score against. So, if you can get some transition and get some things out ahead of their defense, I mean, is that what you kind of witnessed over the last couple of years playing against?
Well, I mean, they're good in transition defense. I mean, it's easy to say to get out, but that's their strength. They don't send guys to the offensive glass as a rate. Their pace is big. They're a good rebounding team. So all those things, they don't turn it over. That's a big part of transition baskets too. So I mean, why they're good defensively first and foremost is their transition defense. That's what makes a good defensive team is your transition defense. So just saying that that we're going to shoot it and throw it up there as quick as we can is not the end. They're going to have guys back. They're going to be prepared. They don't turn it over. So those are the things that what we've always been good at, and they're good at too at the same time. So, but as always, we're always looking to attack and get out and go. And obviously, we have a little faster, quicker group. We've done a better job of pushing it, and our big guys run better. And so, I think our big guys hopefully can beat their big guys down the floor some. But it's easier said than done, and you got to guard first, get those opportunities, get deflections, get the long rebounds. Those are the things that we really emphasize, and we got to come up with those first. But it starts with it's easy to say, but it starts with a lot of other things than just running and shooting as quick as you can. You got to get a stop. You've got to get deflections, long rebounds, and allow them second shots.
You mentioned they don't offensive rebound very well. They don't miss very often either.
Yeah, I don't know if I don't know that it's they what I was trying to get across was that they have a certain number of guys back defensively, so they're going to have their point guard's not going to the glass, their two guards not going to the glass. They have guys back. I mean, it's similar philosophy that a lot of teams have, a lot of strong defensive teams, and we go along that route too. So. Yeah, they're good. They're shooting the ball well in the last couple of games, that's for sure. And they recruit shooters with size, and they've got big, older guys.
Jamie, you mentioned that Raphael was doing a little better.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like Sheldon in the starting role, or is it something?
Well, we started Sheldon last year, and he's the starter to the last 10 games of the year, and so it's we've seen both, and I like having some options off the bench. But I think like I said, Cameron, Ryan. With Chris, I still feel Chris has practiced well. I think that those couple games he just kind of wasn't on with the injuries, but he's practiced well. I thought he was going to have a good come out the other day for us and get something going. He played okay, but he didn't get in the scoring column. But he's practiced well the last couple of days too. So I feel good about him. So we've got I think we've Cameron and Ryan have given us some scoring off the bench, and I think that, and Damon to some degree too as well. So you need that, and there's obviously Sheldon. It's not going to change. You can talk about it, but it's not. I mean, he was already playing starters minutes, so I mean it's where you're going to get the minutes. I mean, they may be moved around different times. He'll be playing different parts of the game, but he was already playing starting minutes, so it's not like all of a sudden he's going to do that. But again, he was a starter last year for 10 games of the year, so
This team, Virginia had lost 3 or 4 road games in a
Yeah.
row, but then they had them up what Tony Bennett basically called the miracle at Wake Forest.
Mhm.
When they were down a bunch with like
Yeah.
20 seconds left. I mean, and then they went out and blew out Louisville.
right.
Are you catching them at a bad time, do you think, because of that? Or?
Well, it's amazing what confidence can do, and I mean, I just watched that game this morning, the Wake Forest game, and they look they just look beat, and then you see them, a minute later, and they're celebrating. I mean, it was, they fouled, lumbering up the floor after the guy was going up there to hit the free throws with an 8-point lead. I mean, it's just remarkable how things can change, and then they're celebrating. Afterwards, and I don't think I watched it. Then they didn't even could believe that the ball went in. I think they were like their heads were down as it seemed to be going far left, and then it hit the backboard and went in from the corner. So it was just it was a miracle, a remarkable win, and just how they drew it up. Right, a corner jump shot, use the glass. I mean, it's. It's amazing what a win, how a bank from the corner can make you feel, and in a wide open missed layup and can make you feel. So to go there, miss free throw, banked corner 3. So I mean it's crazy. It's how you respond and how you prepare. But they're obviously. I mean I think because it's. Teams lose games. I mean, Louisville is playing great, and they lose by 20 at home. I don't. It's just things. Things don't go well early. But they're certainly a team that you don't want things to go poorly early, and that's what we're trying to get across.
You've mentioned that Damon needs to improve on defense to get more playing time.
I think he's mentioned it more than I have.
Yeah, he has. What are you seeing from him, and how do you feel about his progress?
I just love his attitude. I mean, he's coachable. He's come a long way in that regard, and he's funny. He's got a great personality, and there's time is a good thing for, especially on the defensive end, as far as getting better, and he's gotten better, but it's we still think. It can be improved, and it will be improved. But I mean, he's James is. We've got some guys that are playing real well, and he's played well, and I just hope he continues to improve. I know he will. I mean, I'd say go back to what I said. His attitude, his coachability. I mean, it's been good. You can tell him stuff, and you can yell at him, and you can push him, and you can critique him and coach him, and that's I don't know that you never know when a kid gets here, and I remember a guy came up to me and said, he said, "I got Coach Damon," and he said to me, he's hard to coach. And I said, "Oh, okay, I'll look into that." And he said, "Who are you?" And he said, "I'm his uncle." So I mean, I thought that was funny, but he's been really, I think, I'm just really excited about him. I think he's. More his attitude. I know you guys get excited about his length and his size, and handles the ball and gets the basket. And he's the new guy, and all those things that come with it. But really just his attitude and willingness to get better.
Looking in the Clemson game, he seemed to show ability to get to the basket. Got to the rim a couple times.
Yeah.
Some people say he's tall, but he's also quick.
Yeah. I mean, there's getting the basket and then making getting the basket in a good way. He was 0 for 3 and took some questionable shots. So I mean, he got to the basket in that game. But yeah, you got to make the there's times to get in the basket and times not. And beating, and we've talked about there's one thing to beat your guy, but you can't beat the other. You got to if there's help side and guys in the lane, it's not the right time. You got to pass. But we always talked to him before coming here and watching him play, and just giving it up a dribble earlier. That was just like the simplest way of putting it. And he's gotten there. I mean, it's good. It's still, but his strength of his is getting to the basket. What you need that, and I'm excited about his future in that regard.
With what the team's been able to do with offensive efficiency and just personnel-wise, would you say of the going on 3 years that you've faced Virginia, is this the most ideal group in terms of matching up with them as far as what they want to do stylistically? Or?
Well, we'll see. I mean, I thought we were pretty good. 2 years ago offensively. I mean, we've been good. I mean, we'll see. I mean, it's easy to say right now, but obviously our numbers are pretty good. We just got to go out and do it. I mean, we've obviously had some. The numbers look good, but we've had some games where we've just. We're not efficient at all, and it seems to be. And it's the same guys out there. How do we handle a tough defensive possession and a poor offensive possession, I should say. So, we got to have a good one the next one, and that's always the challenge. And I think that's what's big about or the strength of Virginia. I mean, then you have that, and then they go down the other end and they use 30 seconds, or it used to be 35 seconds on the clock, and then how are you going to respond that next time down? So. It's easy to talk about and say, and it looks good when you're running up and down and you're getting some layups, but, that's not going to be the case. They're going to be back. They're not going to turn it over. And, we've got to be able to get a good shot after playing a lot of defense the last possession down.
Jamie, we fans talk about this stretch with 3 ranked teams in a row. Is that something that you guys discuss?
No, I mean, not really. I mean, I'm sure you get asked about it, so somebody's got to say something, and you got to have a witty answer. But I'm not that witty, so I'll just say we focus on the one ahead and the one coming up, and that's what it is, and the rankings will change by the time we play them, and so we can't control those things. So we just gotta go out and take care of business on Saturday against a really good team, and. Obviously, a team that we have lost some close games to, and we need to. Again, they're obviously well coached. Tony Bennett does a great job, and we played against their team when he was at Washington State, and they did the same stuff, same defense, and we do a lot of the same things, and we've got to go out and take care of business against them. That's our focus. So I mean, in our league in the Big East, you couldn't look 3 games down the road or 4 games down the road. You just got to focus on the task at hand. And everybody people are asking their guys for tickets into that game, this game, and I'll see you at that game. So they deal with it, they hear about it. But I think we've got to be focused on the one at hand. We're always going to play. There's 18 games in conference. We're always going to play. We're going to play 18 good teams.